Buy brown Rolex diamonds. Hey, I do like Robin. Rolex diamonds. Hey, I do like Robin. Penny flip flops, I'm styling.
Grabe si ano kanina, si Luka.
And Mike, now this is your chance to ask Agent a question, maybe about gameplay or 2K20 or 2K21. What's on your mind, Mike?
This idea of esports. I know a lot of people complain about dice rolls.
What position will you make your first my player build in between?
That's something we need to go like
point
to the extreme with. What I'm scared of, I guess, is that we make Team Pro-Am or something. Make it so that if you don't get a perfect elite.
The bright lights and tall buildings of downtown Los Angeles setting the scene for us here tonight. Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and on the sidelines, David Aldridge. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Morris.
And guys, he's regressed a little bit offensively. He hasn't been the same this month as he was earlier in the season. He's lacking the edge that he had, and he needs to change his mindset. Stop sitting back and get into attack mode.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. They've got Seth Curry. He's out there with Luka Doncic. Porzingis is out there with Hardaway. And it's Finney Smith in at the 4 spot. And for the Clippers, Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. Two good rebounding teams here tonight, Steve. They rely on second chance points.
Yeah, great offensive rebounding teams and teams that can put up second chance opportunities. They control the pace by hitting the glass. So interesting to see who wins that battle.
And Steve, if nothing else, just more shots, right?
Yes.
They'll just take more FGA.
More possessions.
And so it's Dallas with Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Here's Finney Smith, defended by Beverly. Finney Smith kicks to Doncic. 4 on the shot clock. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
Out of bounds.
And here are the Clippers. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, I was able to talk with Doc Rivers for a minute. He said to win this game, it's all about how we handle Luka Doncic. We'll have to be on our toes defensively. Kevin, we'll see if they're able to slow down the Slovenian sensation.
All right, thank you, David. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. 5 to shoot. Porzingis trying to get free.
Nice
and
one.
Doncic gets it to go.
And he's capable of scoring from anywhere, really. Doncic has a strong grasp here of the mid-range.
From 17 feet out, here's Zubac. And the
Oh,
layup is good.
shit.
Effort play, pursuing the basketball. Love how he puts in the work.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets. Here's Beverly, and he lays it up and in.
Such a hounding defender. Beverly timing the steal and initiating the break.
Now the Mavericks with it. 4-point game. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Murray finds Porzingis. Doncic trying to get open.
Counted.
Out on the shot and picked
Woo.
up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
I mean, every time down the floor, this is what you're trying to do. Find the right matchup.
And the impact that Porzingis can have on the defensive end, Greg, cannot be overstated.
The reach
Porzingis.
and leaping ability he has paired with his timing make him a premier rim protector. And what sets him over the top really is that fearlessness. He will challenge anyone and everyone at the rim.
Nice
And
one.
Greg, as many expected, Porzingis getting a huge deal from Dallas to keep him a Mav for a long time.
Mavs feel he can be better than he was before the injury. Love the idea of pairing him long-term with Doncic. Sign him to a
Yes.
lengthy and sizable deal to be the core of their future.
You want unselfishness,
Yes,
but you
ginagamit ko
also
ano,
need to
Dallas.
keep it under control.
Doncic outside. And just under 2.5
Oi.
minutes elapsed here in the first. The Clippers have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Here's George. Here's Zubac. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Reason why, lack of focus, lack of communication, which led to second chance points.
Now, here's Doncic. 38 points for him last game against Denver.
Nice move.
That one good for 2.
Euro step.
Doncic has got a second bucket tonight.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
Here's George.
Halika.
Kept alive. Here's Zubac.
Ay.
A dunk by Zubac.
That's why you never quit battling on the offensive glass.
And that's a nice reward for his effort. The flush. Perfect.
Working hard, beating everyone to the ball. He does this night in and night out.
And Doncic gets it to go.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
And we know once he gets in the rhythm, he's a really tough guy to stop.
Beverly. And the shot.
Naiiwan ako dun ah.
So these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. Last time they met was in Dallas.
It was a loss last time they faced up against each other. A very tightly contested game that they felt they could have won.
It could have gone either way, but unfortunately for them, they ended up on the losing side of that score.
Hindi ko nakikita sila, no? Yung mga viewers.
Substitution here for the Clippers. Green's checked in for Zubac. Andrew Shamet comes in for Morris. Lou Williams is checked in for George. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Marjanovic checked in for Porzingis. Maxi Kleber comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Wright is checked in for Seth Curry. And Trey Burke subbed in for Doncic. Now here's Wright. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound.
Oh, I don't believe that. He's better than
Oh
that.
my
Come on.
goodness. Wag.
Jackson, that's good.
Kawhi has all the physical gifts, and the one thing I love, he really can pass.
There's a minute 40 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Burke, currently averaging almost 6 points a game.
Nice one.
Sinks the triple.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answering each other from range.
Now here's Jackson. Turned in an outstanding game against Golden State.
Laki niyan.
Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Shamit. Here's Williams.
Ay!
Up and in on the layup.
Using his athleticism in the paint, Lou beats everyone to the punch.
And the official signals a backcourt
Bitawan ni bola, parang nabitawan eh, no?
We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. We'll look at the Clippers. Right now, they've acquired the second best record in the conference. Of course, there's the Mavericks. Right now, they're 5 spots below them.
You know, right now, Dallas, seeing them where they are now, it's easy to forget just how awful they were a season ago. This is a team that's made major strides to lift themselves into the middle of the pack.
And the good thing is that once again, there's some excitement around this team. Their fans are starting to get back on board after watching such a tough season last year.
Clippers leading by 7. Leonard attacking and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
The aggressive approach. Leonard pushing the action rewarded with the foul call.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard. J.J. Barea is checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard.
Money from the stripe. He does a great job night in and night out.
Here's Burke. It's Reggie Jackson with the rebound.
I'll tell you what, I think he thought that was going in. I sure did.
And it's Leonard with the jam.
Well, he's been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
And it's helped them build an early lead. They just need to stay aggressive.
JJ.
Williams against Barea. Looking to end the run. Green with the rebound. Now the Clippers moving it up. 13 feet away. Another one falls for the Clippers.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
They established the pace and made shots. This is why they're way out in front.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers. 13 points up at the end of the period. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
Tambak ka.
Porzingis grew up in faraway Latvia, but thanks to his brother, developed a passion for
Let's
the
go,
NBA.
Dallas.
My older brother, he was a big fan of NBA. He always had pictures of my...
And Greg, that's something different now for foreign players, isn't it? A lot more exposure to the NBA.
And KP, a fan of the culture. You saw him in cornrows as a kid. I think that helped prepare him for the transition.
And so far, through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in a second. Guys, we've seen a couple of the Clippers team out there.
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
And you know this, most of the time, offensive rebounds generate high percentage looks.
On the court,
grabe siya, harang is life.
Trey Burke is out there with J.J.
Salamat sa paharang mo, ano?
DeJuan Wright. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's
Ano ba yan?
at the power forward position. There's Shamit.
Oh!
And he jams it with a
Tambak na talaga ako.
You see, that is just rude. Kawhi picks it, triggers the fast break. See ya.
Mavericks trail by 17. Well, Steve, a great time of the year. A number of teams battling for playoff position. Is home court advantage as important as it used to be, Steve?
Yeah, I think it is. I still think it comes down, if it's a game 7, which we all want to see, you want it at home. You want to sleep in your bed, you want to be on your court, and I think it gives you advantage always.
Now here's Wright.
Hello, sabi ni Jerrome.
Hard to decide which was better, the pass the catch, or the slam.
Well, there's no wrong answer.
Lang LS Clippy.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
Yeah, their long-range artillery hit the mark more often than not. A great equalizer when you're on the road.
They embrace the challenge as well. They hit big shot after big shot to keep the other team at bay.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers.
Saglit lang naman to.
Is checked in for Jermichael Green. Marcus
Hanggang
Morris
ano lang
comes
to,
in for Kawhi Leonard. George is checked in for Williams. And it's Patrick Beverly in for
Huli.
Jackson. And then for
Huli
Dallas,
ka.
Zinkis is
I-dunk
checked in
mo
for
na yan.
Milovich. Dorian Finney-Smith comes
Counted.
in for
Ay,
Delon
wala.
and Curry sub in for Trey Burke.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
The
Yan,
Mavericks
perfect
shooting their
release.
second and third free throws tonight.
Lang LS, ano, Clippy?
He hits both from the strike. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Beverly, the pass to George.
Ay,
Uncovered,
ba't ko iniwan?
and he can't bank that one in. Mavericks trail by 13. Pass to Berea. Outside Curry. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Here's Finney-Smith. Misses the three. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Here's George.
Ulik. Grabe.
One to fall. He's now 1 for 5 with his first make. Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make.
Si Luis nag-LS siya?
Berea kicks to Kleba. And Curry has it in the corner.
Nice
And he
one.
finishes nicely on the layup. Curry's got his first bucket in this one.
This is why you're trying to get him as many touches as possible. He's got the knack.
George looking around.
Ay, grabe pasa yun, no?
Nice speed that time.
No
from
look
George.
pass.
Shamit's got 4 points this quarter.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The
Dennis.
defense nowhere to be found.
And this is what the schedule looks like for the Los Angeles
okay.
Clippers. On Friday, they'll be facing Kyrie Irving and the Brooklyn Nets. And then on Saturday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans.
And the matchup against
Mag-LS lang kayo na mag-LS. Dadami din yung viewers.
that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
Here is Berea. Paul George making his last shot for Zingis. And the rejection by Zubac. But he stays with it. Here's Porzingis.
Ah, wala talaga.
Clippers leading by 17.
Yari na.
George with no one around. Here's Morris, and Morris throws it down.
You'd like to see more of
Tambak
this
na ako, ah.
from Marcus. Attack that offensive glass and generate some points outside of those set plays.
Now here's Porzingis. His scoring totals are something to take note of. He's averaging over 19 points a game. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
1
He's
hour.
got 1 of 1 in
Sige.
the game so far from the line. And the first one at the line is good. And the Mavericks with some changes. Hardaway's checked in for Maxi Kleba. And Luka Doncic subbed in for J.J. Berea.
And working Kevin themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Now here's Beverly.
Mag-set up ka na.
15 points in the last one against
Schedule
the
mo 10
Warriors in
PM
San
dyan.
Francisco.
And you see the body control. Morris
Gawa ng
taking the
thumbnail.
hit there, but still able to complete the play.
Here's Porzingis following the basket by Marcus Morris.
You step
And the
up.
shot goes in from Kristaps
Oh, ako si Dallas.
Porzingis.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Boyfriend mo ba naglalaro? Basketball?
And with his length,
Ay, nako.
Porzingis
Tennis.
can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame. Yeah, the defender all over.
Well, lately we have seen star players changing teams more often. Shorter contracts, player options. Smitty, is there any downside to any of them?
I think the downside is from a fan standpoint, you get invested in a player and he's moved in like 2 or 3 years. I think it should be where if a player wants to sign a longer-term contract with the organization, that should be a rule.
Sablay naman si
Right now,
Doncic.
with these shorter contracts and player options, there's going to always be a lot of movement.
Ayun, bumawi din.
And you can tell that Doncic loves leaking out. They're able to get to the right spot there in transition.
The hand on it. Porzingis, it's a 2. Here's Marjanovic, back in off the glass. Marjanovic has got his second bucket of the night.
At the end of the day, when the ball goes up,
Laka niya,
there's
para
no
si John Marca
substitute for
Pardo yan.
effort.
Pass to Beverly.
Uy,
Curry brings the double.
tigasin ka, yari ka nga.
Morris, pass to Jackson. 6 on the shot clock. Fires, high post. Here's Zubac.
Ay, kainis naman talaga, oh.
Nice job on the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
This is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit.
Tumba ka,
The resistance
Beverly.
is no longer there.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Clippers. Earlier in the
Uy,
game,
foul pa ako, counted pa, kakainis talaga, oh.
He's got a free throw coming up as well.
The strength and body control of Reggie Jackson gives him an edge against physical defense, potential, and one.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Yeah, he's at 81% from the line, and when we've had a chance to see him, he's had great form and continues to look
Ganda na
hot.
sapatos ni Luka, magmamahal na sapatos ni Luka ngayon.
Jermichael Green, he's checked in for Zubac.
Jordan si
Kawhi
Luka.
Leonard comes in for Marcus Morris. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverly. Doncic against Jackson.
Nice one.
Basket counts. And 12 points for Luka Doncic.
And it just seems when Doncic turns it on, it's a sight to see. Incredible at scoring in a variety of ways.
And that
Kala ko
does it for
pasok
the
pa.
first half of play. The Clippers on top, up by 15. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Kawhi, you have grown so much offensively throughout your career. What's the focus of that end of the floor?
Just knocking down open shots, my ball handling, and making good decisions about the pick and roll, and just try to limit my turnovers.
And you've done well so far, Kawhi. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They lead by 15. Kenny, what did you see from them? And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan.
Kulit ni O'Neal.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim.
Third
There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul
Nice one.
George. And it's Beverly in the point guard.
It's clear that Doncic has the touch from three-point land. Now he just needs the consistency.
Leonard on the wing. Guarded by Hardaway. Here's Zubac.
Huli ka.
Porzingis with the block.
Huli ka.
Down to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. And here is Los Angeles now, leading by 12. Just 5 on the clock. Leonard that's for 2. Mavericks with the rebound. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds now tonight. The Mavericks shooting 59% up to this point. They're working for great shots, and they're hitting them. Hardaway passes to Porzingis. On the wing, Doncic. Defended by Beverly, but they'll get another chance. 3-pointer.
Wala pa rin.
Doncic, no good.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Huli ka ulit.
Tonight, he sends it right off the glass. By Doncic.
Creative at finding ways to just cut inside there. Doncic, a guy you must keep your eyes on.
Greg, you look at the young Luka Doncic. What impresses you the most right now about his game?
Kevin, you just don't see many players his height who can handle and make step-back threes. Also, his confidence. He came into the league never doubting that he could dominate a game, and don't forget about his brilliance as a passer.
Here's Doncic. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Hardaway passes to Finney Smith. Here's Doncic. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got rebound number 8 now on the night. George. Another shot. Makes it off the net. George has got 6.
And boy, he can see blood in the water attacking a somewhat helpless team right now.
He's trying to help his team shut the door. They don't want to allow any comebacks.
Dallas calls timeout. We see a lot of big men creating offense committee. Who's on your list for perhaps the best outlet passer in the game right now?
14 yan lamang.
Let's start off. I would say
Kaya ka ba itong
Kevin
habulin?
Love is one of those guys who still, I think, the best outlet passer as a big. Jokic, also Blake Griffin, some of those guys can really pass. DeMarcus Cousins, those are some of the bigs that have great outlet passes.
Andrew Shamet checked in for Zubac. Then for the Mavericks,
Ganda na sapatos
Maxi
na.
Kleber checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Correa comes in for Curry, and it's Burke in for Luka Doncic. Now here's Burke, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Shamet with the steal. Lays it in off the rim. He's got 6.
I mean, blowing past the defense, Patrick Beverly gets up and down the court in a blink.
Down low, here's Correa.
Counted,
The basket is good, and he's got a chance here.
Veterans move.
Well, you like how aggressive he is, making a play at the rim against length.
And let's forget the height disadvantage. He brings the effort, and he brings the energy.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Green comes in for George. Lou Williams is subbing for Patrick Beverly.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
It's tipped. Here's Correa.
Nice one, Barea.
The assist that time from Burke.
Barea.
Correa's got his second bucket.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Huli ka. Kaya,
The pass to Green.
Huli na yun,
Green draws the double. 5 on the clock. On the 3 off target. Mavericks trail by 12. Inside. Here's Porzingis. And it's
Nice Eurostep.
Porzingis has got 9 points.
I'll tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this
Adidas
thing
yung
would
sapatos
already
niya.
be over.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5
Sampo.
minutes off the clock.
Let's go, guys.
And here is Shem.
Ay, libre,
8 points for him.
Wag. Wag.
No good. Now here's Burke. He's covered by Shamet.
Ow!
Out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
Yan, TikTokers, Gillis. Kumusta ka na?
Hold over the last month, he has been spectacular.
TikTokers Gillis, kumusta na?
20 in steals, bringing that focus and intensity at both ends.
And yeah, one of the most dangerous scorers in the game. He's already come up big in some key games this year. His teammates really feed off his presence, I think. And he goes out of bounds. That one off for Zingis.
Yan, shout out sa'yo, TikTokers Gillis.
Marjanovic checked in for the Mavericks. DeLon Wright comes in for J.J. Barea. Williams against Wright.
Huli ka. Grabe.
You see the toughness of Williams. Won't shy away from contact.
Now here's Burke. Pass to Kleba. Back to Burke. Shot clock at 6. Fires the 3.
Shoot mo naman, boy. Yun. Okay lang.
Got it back down to within single digits for the Mavs.
Defensively, you have to tighten up on him or suffer.
Huli ka, Balbon.
And he's able to get it back. Green dishes the Leonard.
Ay! Maka-move sila.
Good D by Hardaway. Here's Wright.
Nice.
Plays it up and banks it in.
Medyo, may pasok ka na, ano? TikTokers Gillis.
Making a play.
So it's the Clippers now. Their next game playing at home is the Nets coming to town. That'll be the second of 4 games at home.
Ay, grabe.
And Kawhi Leonard.
Si Grace Palangga, ba't? Yan, shoutout sa'yo, Ate Grace. 5 minutes, ano na lang to, third quarter.
Here's Burke. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot.
Tapos na ba si ano? Si
Burke looking over the floor.
Si Amore ni Boss Jesse?
Pass to Marjanovic. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Just 4 to shoot. From deep. Burke can't get it to go.
And they continue to control the ball.
1 second separating the shot clock.
Wala ha?
And that'll be 2 free throws.
Linis kami ng shop, September 1 mag-start. Ah, okay. Salamat sa paharang mo, Ate Grace.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
Ate Grace, salamat sa paano mo. Ate Grace.
So it's both teams making substitutions.
Saan yung shop nyo, ano, TikTokers? Saan yung pwesto nyo?
Mavericks trail by 11. To the paint. And he jams it after taking the nice beat on the run.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult one.
George with the ball.
Huli ka. Huli mo na. Ah, okay na to. Nice one, Doncic. 7 na lang. Baka manalo pa.
Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
And so it's Los Angeles heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And we'll be right back after this.
Harap ng Sultan Center. Ah, malapit lang. Galing akong Salmia kanina, no? TikTokers Gillis.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
So many good point guards in this league. So much responsibility comes with that position. That was a smart play.
The fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Los Angeles leading by 7. On the court for the Mavericks. They've got Marjanovic. Doncic out there with
Holy cow.
DeLon Wright. And it's Finney-Smith in at the
Ooh!
They grabbed their own miss. And the rejection by Marjanovic.
Nice move.
That one goes. Count it.
Yeah, the chemistry has
been
really impressed with their offensive execution.
Passes it to Leonard.
Uy, mismatch.
It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got his.
Oh, nakaka-receive on super chat.
You have to give it up for Kawhi right now. He is wearing out the defense.
Now, here's Doncic.
Monica na, no? TikTokers Gillis. Nice move, Doncic. Yan, salamat sa pa-BJ-BJ mga ate. Ano na to? 5 minutes na lang. Matatapos na rin. 5 minutes.
Jackson passes to Leonard. The fadeaway. Mavericks with the rebound. Marjanovic has got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Finney Smith. He's covered by Leonard.
Ay,
Leonard with the steal.
Sena. Galit Sena.
Green finds Leonard.
Daming arte.
Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Williams passes to Leonard.
Ay nako, nabitaw, wala.
Again, Leonard missing.
I guess even he has.
Si Doncic na nga magdala ng bola.
Up top, Doncic. He's guarded by Williams. Here's Finney Smith.
Ay, tragis na yan, oh.
The defense ready.
Tragis naman talaga, oh.
Possession they had to be because he is so
Huli ka!
strong in the paint.
And the rejection by Marjanovic.
Nice assist! Ang bilis naman, oh. Oh, kasi ano lang to? Every, ano lang to, te? 5 minutes lang kasi kada quarter.
Here's George. The Mavericks making the shot.
Yan, tatlo na lang lamang kalaban.
Well, it's a player's league, but certainly coaching has its place. Yeah, if that weren't the case, you wouldn't see so many coaching
Yan, pwede kayo maglapag.
in the off-season.
Andyan si Cleope, andyan si... Dikit nyo natin isa't isa eh. Parang si TikTokers Gillis dito rin yan sa Kuwait. Ano, TikTokers Gillis, oh, na-open, na madali lang yun. Monica na, ituro ko sa'yo. Paano yun? Maganda ng mga sapatos nila eh.
And Los Angeles with some changes.
Madali lang yan, madali lang.
Is checked in for Green. Marcus Morris comes in for Williams. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Reggie Jackson.
Huli ka! Uy!
Zinkis is checked in for Marjanovic.
5 lamang.
Hardaway is subbed
3
in
minutes.
to Delon Wright. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during the last break, I heard Doc Rivers talking with his team. He knows this has been a hard-fought game, and he wanted his guys to just sit down and catch their breath. He said, look, we're right in the game, guys. Let's make a little push here. Let's come out with some bite. Kevin?
Out to Doncic. That 3 off the mark.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Yan, 3 minutes na lang. 2 minutes and 58 seconds. Oh, ang ganda naman ng sapatos ni Paul George. So, hindi ko pa nakita to. Walang liston.
That free throw good from George. Good on both.
Impeccable
63.
from the line.
Naman lamang. Ay, 7.
Mavericks trail by 7.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Stolen by Zubac. And here we go. George heading to the hoop.
Dami kasing arte.
And it's Leonard with the
Ano
assist.
si Alheya?
Leonard's got 3 assists now.
Ano shoutout sa'yo, Alheya?
With hustle paying off there.
Ano, 2 minutes na lang to, Alheya.
It's up court in a flash and finishes before the D can even react.
It's stolen by
Ah, huli na naman. Kakainis.
Leonard attacking. And it's
Ah,
good.
ayoko na.
And now
Time out.
11-point Clipper lead.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense. They've taken nothing for granted.
Salamat sa padaan mo.
You can see they're playing the moment.
Ano, 2 minutes lang to?
And the Mavericks call time here. this point of the game, getting a break here, important for the teams to regroup.
Talo na naman ako.
For the players, this is where you have a chance to get rehydrated with Gatorade. Get ready to play strong to finish off the game. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Kawhi Leonard.
And guys, this really has been his. Done a lot of things well, but his scoring really put him over the top. You can see how determined he's been every time he's gotten his hands on the ball. Great drive and also great focus offensively.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. Here's Los Angeles now. Good momentum, makes great points. The shot comes out. Good D by Hardaway. And so
Porzingis, baka naman.
Big trail by 11.
Baka naman.
Finney Smith takes it off the glass.
Dami mong fans club.
In the painted area, converting against the size. Proving once again that when you attack with confidence, good things tend to happen.
Wala nga eh. Uy, huli! Huli ka! Huli ka! Assist! Uy, Asmin Rose. Mega shoutout sa'yo, Asmin Rose. 1 minute na lang. 1 minute and 22 seconds.
We've got 1:18 left in the fourth quarter. And the foul called on Tim
Sige, magsuntukan kayo.
That is his first foul of the game.
Laban chicks, Jerome.
Cleveland's checked in.
Talo na ako, 7 yung lamang. Dallas ako eh. Anak ko. Napadalas naman yung foul. Free throw na ba? Ay, nako.
He hits the first one, and that stretches their lead to 8.
Sino nag-LS sa inyo? Alhaya.
So he gets them both.
Mag-LS si Cleo Koy, dalawin natin.
The Mavericks have gone 5 for 9.
Habang di pa ako matutulog. Asmin Rose, kumusta ka na? La, sa bumablay pa?
The Clippers have gone 4-10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Beverly, the pass to Zubac.
Nako, seconds na lang pala to.
Now Leonard. Ready by Doncic. 6 on the shot clock. The pass to Leonard.
Huli ka!
And it's blocked.
Kahit talo, basta mga sapal. Sabay. Doncic. Pakitaan mo naman ako, Doncic. One time lang. Wala talaga.
And the Clippers will come the other way.
Huli. Huli. Huli ka ulit. Ay, nako. Tapos na ba? 23 seconds.
They gave the
Talo
team
na ako.
tremendous energy tonight. The fans were fantastic.
Ay, nahuli.
It was a true home court advantage.
Bobo.
Leonard looking over the floor. So the Clippers winning this one easily.
60-71 final score. Tapos na, mag-end na ako, guys. Saan tayo gagala? I lost the game.
This is what they came out to do.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. With Blue
Saan?
Williams, you guys made shots down the stretch. How did you battle back and get this win?
I think we did a great job.
Yan guys, papatayin ko na. Ay, si Ma'am Tess andito. Sige, Kuya Jerome. Ano, Cleo Faye, mag-LS ka ba? Si Ma'am Tess andito. Shoutout po sa inyo. Ready ka na ba, no? See you sa LS later, mga 1 hour lang po ako. Mag-live ka na ngayon na. Huwag mo nang iset yung oras mo. Live mo na. Tara, doon tayo kay ano. Doon tayo kay Clube, guys. Ngayon na. Si Ma'am Lucy hindi nag-LS. Kaya si Cleo Faye, puntahan natin. Guys, tara guys. Salamat sa panonood, ha. Yan.